Hey, it's Mindy with Astrology by Love, here today for Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising's horoscope for the Capricorn lunar cycle. So we are starting at the Capricorn new moon on January 18th and going until the Aquarius new moon eclipse on February 17th. I appreciate you hanging out with me today, Gemini. Please like and subscribe. I've got some cool links down below. Please check those out. And let's go ahead, jump in, and get started. Gemini, this new moon is in your 8th house. The 8th house are the secrets that you share with others. So this has to do with investments, bedroom pleasures. This can also be insurance policies, addictions, things that you're embarrassed about and that you're trying to keep out of sight. There is some sort of new start in this area of your life. Mercury and Mars are also there. So this could be something that you are angry about, that you argue about. Hopefully this is being expressed as something you are passionate about. Take this energy to the bedroom, Gemini. Also during this new moon, Venus and Pluto are close together to being conjunct in the sky. This is in your 9th house. This is your higher calling, long-term learning, long-distance travel. You may become obsessed with needing to go visit a foreign country. You may become super focused on your calling, on studying, on finding a guru or a teacher or a mentor to help. This new moon also makes a lot of contacts. So it sextiles the Saturn-Neptune conjunction that has been taking place in your 10th house. It also trines Uranus that has been in your 12th house. So Neptune and Saturn in that 10th house, there has been some sort of structure around art or spirituality, maybe some religious undertones that have been going on in your work and career life. And Uranus in that 12th house is just causing anxiety. And this new moon in Capricorn in that 8th house of secrets is triggering this anxiety and triggering this need to structure spirituality, put restrictions on art, perhaps religious undertones in the workplace. Also on the 18th, Mercury conjoins Mars. Then it sextiles Saturn just before it trines Uranus. So this is, once again, hopefully passion, not anger, but anger and arguments is definitely an available energy with Mercury and Mars together. Then after that, Mercury makes those contacts with Saturn. You're confiding in your spouse, lover, whoever you're keeping a secret in about restrictions going on at work, high standards that you probably think are intolerable. Then when Mercury makes that trine to Uranus, it causes some anxiety. This is a lot of energy for one day, and it's all taking place under this new moon in Capricorn on January 18th. Then on the 19th, the Sun is sextiling Neptune, and Mercury and Pluto come exact. So when the Sun in that 8th house of secrets that you're sharing with people, the Sun sextiles Neptune in that 10th house of career. This is making you sensitive to work issues, maybe insecure about work issues. You're keeping it a secret though, and you're keeping it under wraps. Then Venus and Pluto come together and you become super obsessed with the idea of traveling or meeting a mentor or teacher or just spending all day studying and going after this higher calling in your life. After all this, the Sun moves into Aquarius, which is that 9th house, that higher calling, that long distance travel. This is part of your yearly routine, Gemini. This is just when the Sun shines its light into your 9th house, this being a guru, a teacher, a higher calling. This is part of your yearly routine. Also, the 19th is 30 days before the eclipse on February 17th. So pay attention today. See if anything unusual out of the blue happens. These will be hints, foreshadowing of what you can expect to change with the eclipse coming up on February 17th. Now, a lot of times eclipse energy takes weeks, months to play out, but what happens on the 19th will be a little bit of a hint of what is to come from this Aquarius eclipse. Then we have been feeling this energy build up on the 20th. Saturn sextiles Uranus. So Saturn is in that 10th house of work. There have been restrictions, rules, standards that normally aren't there and that haven't been comfortable, and that is triggering Uranus in the 12th house. So this is anxiety. This is also like lightning flash moments of inspiration, insight, psychic moments where you know stuff that you don't know why you know stuff, but you know stuff. Saturn, so these restrictions at work are causing psychic moments, anxiety moments, and there's a lot going on the 20th. Mars is also trining Uranus, then it's sextile Saturn. Mercury is also sextiling Neptune. Mars is in that 8th house of secrets. This is passionate about keeping things secret. Hopefully you're using this for bedroom pleasures, Gemini. This could be an addiction getting a little bit out of control. Whatever this secret is that you are passionate about keeping or that is causing arguments is triggering that anxiety and that psychic insight with Uranus in that 12th house, the house of the subconscious. After Mars triggers that anxiety, then he sextiles Saturn in the 10th house. So this is also causing more restrictions, more rules in your career life. That's not fun. Also, Mercury in that 8th house as well, communicating about secrets, thinking about these secrets, is sextiling Neptune, which is causing a little bit more sensitivity in your career. It is causing you to be maybe a little insecure, feeling energies around you. And finally, on the 20th, after Mercury sextiles Neptune, Mercury moves into Aquarius. So you will be thinking about that higher calling, thinking about long distance travel, talking about it with people. Mercury will be in Aquarius until February 6th. Then on January 21st, we have a Mercury cazimi. This is when Mercury, the planet of communication and thinking, lines up with the sun. So it is said to be in the heart of the sun. This is when divine ideas and revelations are sprinkled about humanity. We have epiphanies. We just know the solution to problems. It's a great day to meditate, to journal, to spend some time just quietly listening to your mind, listening to your thoughts. The Mercury cazimi is happening from 3 a.m. to 9 p.m. on the East Coast and from midnight to 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Definitely take advantage of this energy, Gemini. Then on the 22nd, Mercury conjuncts Pluto. So this is being verbally controlling, manipulating with words, thinking, controlling, demeaning thoughts. This is taking place in that 9th house, long distance travel, long-term learning. You may be having power struggles with a teacher or a guru. This is a fast-moving energy, but it is there on January 22nd. Then on the 23rd, Mars sextiles Neptune. The Sun conjoins Pluto. When Mars sextiles Neptune, these secrets that you are passionate about, that are triggering you, that are causing you anger, then also triggers this sensitivity at work. Maybe you are keeping secrets with one of your coworkers and y'all have a fight about it and you are feeling like you need to tiptoe around work that day. That energy is building up on the 22nd. It comes exact on the 23rd. Also on the 23rd, the Sun conjoins Pluto. This energy is once again in your 9th house. This could be a leader or guru, a professor, someone who is being controlling, a little bit demeaning, manipulative. This could cause you to want to change teachers, to change up what you're following. This is a fast-moving energy as well. Also on the 23rd, after Mars sextiles Neptune, Mars moves into Aquarius. So there are now 5 planets in Aquarius in your 9th house of higher calling, long distance travel. This is an important and stimulated area of your life right now, Gemini. Then on January 26th, Neptune moves into Aries. So Aries rules your 11th house. You've always been a little bit competitive with your friends, maybe bicker back and forth, but Neptune is bringing a softness to this area of life. A more gentle spirit is coming in. Neptune is going to be in Aries for the next 13 years. This is going to be an excellent time to go to yoga class with your friends. Get together with them and pray. Go to an art museum. I know that doesn't sound like things you would normally do with your friends, but that energy is coming in, Gemini. Then on the 27th, Mars conjuncts Pluto. So Gemini, just be aware, this is a signature for violence. If you are overseas at this time, take great care. This is happening in your 9th house of long distance travel, long-term learning. If you are on a university campus, once again, just to be careful. This is controlling, violent, manipulative energy. You can watch the news on the 27th and we're going to see something. But just be aware of your surroundings that day and take care of yourself, Gemini. Then on the 29th, we have a softer, easier energy in this 9th house. So Mercury and Venus come together. This is sweet words, this is music, this is laughter. This is a great day to tell jokes with your guru, with your teacher, while studying for your higher calling. This is a fast-moving energy, but it is there on the 29th of January. Then on February 1st, we have a dramatic new moon, a theatrical new moon. This is the full moon in Leo. So Leo likes to be the clown, likes to be center stage. This is taking place in your 3rd house, which is a little bit of a relief. We've had all the stimulation of the 9th house. It's still going on. The 3rd house is your community. It's the area around you. There may be some drama, some fun, a little bit of crazy in the neighborhood with the siblings. Also pay attention to anything out of the blue on this day. This is 30 days before the Virgo eclipse that we will be talking about in the next horoscope video. But this day could also show some foreshadowing and some hints of events and things that may happen with the Virgo eclipse. Then I know you're feeling this next energy shift, Gemini. On February 3rd, Uranus stations. It stands still in the sky before changing directions. So this is happening in your 12th house of the subconscious. So it's just going to feel like electricity is all throughout your brain that day. It's going to be hard to calm your mind. It's going to be hard to think straight. Anxiety will be a real thing. Just be aware that's what's going on. Then on February 5th, Mercury squares Uranus. So Mercury's going through that 9th house. This is once again long-term learning, long-distance travel. You've been talking about going to foreign countries. You've been thinking about going to college. Maybe you're spending a lot of time in these studies. But something about this square to Uranus is causing a disruption in the flow. You're taking a pause from your studies, or talking about it so much is causing that anxiety and those psychic revelations to flare up. This is a fast-moving energy, though. That is on February 5th. Then on February 6th, Mercury moves into Pisces. Pisces is your 10th house of career. This is the legacy you're leaving in the world. This is how you are wanting to be seen through work. Your mind is shifting to your career and your legacy. Any conversations that you need to have around work and your career, now is a great time to have them with Mercury moving into that area of your life. Mercury will be there for the next few weeks. Then on February 8th, Venus squares Uranus. So Venus is in that ninth house, that higher calling. You are enjoying studying, enjoying traveling, and it is Venus's turn to square Uranus, to have that 90-degree angle. The disruption in the energy flow, whatever fun you've been having, whatever jokes you've been telling, there's just a pause to it, a disruption in that flow. And it's triggering your anxiety or those psychic revelations. This too is a fast moving energy. Then on February 10th, Venus moves into Pisces. So work becomes a little bit more fun. You look a little bit better in your career. Gemini, this is an excellent time to take work photos, to take a new headshot for your business card. Venus is there making you look good at work. Take advantage of this energy. Then we have more energy shifting. On February 13th, Saturn moves into Aries. So Aries is that 11th house. These are your chosen friends. Neptune just moved in there. Things became a little bit softer, sweeter. Now Saturn is coming in to discipline things. There's going to be rules. There may be people of an age difference that become your friends. People significantly older or younger. There's going to be tests in your friendships. Some may not make it. Some may feel like burdens. Saturn is going to be there for the next 2.5 years. So just be aware of this, Gemini. Then on February 14th, we don't have any planetary energies coming exact. However, the moon is applying to a trine to Uranus most of the day. So don't hold tight to those plans you have for Valentine's Day. They are going to be all over the place. Something is going to happen at the last minute and change things up. This will be a positive change. It'll be a good day. Don't hold too tightly those plans though. Then on February 16th, we've got some competing energies. So the sun is squaring Uranus. The sun is still in that ninth house. This is the higher learning, the gurus. This may be a teacher or a masculine leader who is triggering that anxiety in your subconscious. Uranus just acting up that electricity in your brain. This is a fast-moving energy. Also on the 16th, Mercury, how we speak and communicate, it's in that 10th house of career and legacy. It trines Jupiter. So Jupiter has been in your second house of finances. Money's been doing well. And how you're talking at work, how you're thinking about work is blessing your bank account. So don't worry about that anxiety you're experiencing with your guru. Lean into work, which is your happy place right now, Gemini. Then on February 17th, we have that eclipse in Aquarius. This is that ninth house. We've had all that energy there, everything stimulating it. The eclipse is happening in Aquarius. Mars and Pluto are there as well. There may be some control issues, some anger issues going on with this eclipse energy. Remember, it takes a few weeks, a few months for eclipse energy to work out. Venus and Mercury are still together in your 10th house. You're enjoying work. You're telling those jokes. You're laughing. You probably have young women making your work life enjoyable. And that trine to Jupiter is still there. So money's still doing well. Lean into work right now, Gemini, if you can. So that is the end of this Capricorn lunar cycle horoscope. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Please like and subscribe. Check out those links down below and share this video with anyone you know who may be interested in living their life more in line and in sync with the rhythms of the universe. Thank you, Gemini. I'll see you soon.